Hello, class. Hope this message finds you well. One of the things that I absolutely love about chemistry is how broad chemistry is. So, chemistry is the study of matter and how matter changes. So, if anything is made of matter, it's kind of in the realm of chemistry. And, like, various things that you don't even think, but I mean, something kind of, broad like this, like snake venom. So I know there are no snakes in Hawaii, and there are other places like I guess Hawaii is a very rare place that there are none. But uh, there are venomous snakes, and a place where there's a lot of venomous snakes and a lot of injuries from snakes is India. And there's some strategies that they've gone about it. They have four main types of let's just I'm just looking at this picture here. It's kind of scary. They kind of have picked four different generalized classes of snakes, and then they have an anti-venom problem. That's kind of their standard treatment, and the problem with that is it doesn't always work. And because different snakes as they go, they've been tracking the snakes and their evolution and all of that. We have a technology now that we can start to look at these toxins individually, and here are examples of two of them. So right now we can go and we can image these structures, and also one of the things we're looking for now is to have small molecules that can fit over these. And the various toxins, they do various things. They typically they're neurotoxins, and more specifically mentions going in the receptor area for acetylcholine. So acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that deals with motion of nerve cells firing. So it's a very similar process, actually, how nerve gases work. So, but these venoms are they cause harm to neurons. I've never been bit by a snake before. I have been stung by a stingray, and man, that really hurt. That really hurt. And I, believe it or not, I got stung on my hand. This hand, actually, this finger, I got stung with a stingray. And what it was, I was in Florida visiting my parents, and Florida has this really nice silica sand, and I was rubbing my hands in this really nice silica sand after I was doing yard work at my parents' house, and then I guess I had made friends with a baby stingray, at least as they told me in the urgent care facility, and it got a little freaked out and it stung me, and I could feel the venom go down my arm when it was happening. I was like, oh no, that's a neurotoxin, great. And what I if you wonder what I did for treatments, and you can see these molecules. These are proteins. So you can see the beta sheet arrow right there, for instance, and you can see the alpha helices. It shows that's a kind of standard notation for those things. And one of the ways you can deal with this is temperature. So, and I know that it's not always practical to use temperature on these neurotoxins. And I mean, I was able to treat my stingray bite with no, well, sting or whatever. It's got a spike. I was able to treat it with heat. But I mean, snakes, right? You look at these, look at those nice fangs, right? And they bite into the victim and inject a lot of venom, and that venom can go into the circulatory system and spread around, so that can cause some massive damage. So, and unfortunately, I also mentioned in the article, many people die outside of a clinical setting. So, I mean, they get bit and then they die on the way to the hospital or something like that. And one of the things we're looking for now is to have a small molecule, like an antibody, that would fit over the top of these neurotoxins from the venom, and then it would give the patient more time to get to the hospital and then be assessed in a clinical setting, and then get the right type of anti-venom that's specific to the snake and the snake bite. So, and this, I mean, it's not written in the article, but this reminds me quite a bit of the monoclonal antibodies that was a treatment for COVID-19. And I think, I mean, this to me, this is like science fiction. This is amazing that we can do this. The fact that I mean, it's amazing enough that we can image these proteins, right? I mean, that's difficult enough, and they're typically done using some sort of diffraction, X-ray diffraction, usually in synchrotron radiation. So that's a very common way of doing this to image that. And not only that, that we're able to manufacture proteins that can be used to treat something like this. And I think this is just amazing. This is totally amazing to me that we have this technology, that we as humans now are so fine tuned that we can look at these structures, we can count atoms, we can go and we can form these structures and do that. And I mean, we're also doing it to solve problems. And one of the problems is something like snake bites. I mean, something that I don't really worry about. And I mean, certainly in the United States, we do have venomous snakes, but the more common ones, I mean, probably the most common one is a rattlesnake, right? So rattlesnake, and that's a relatively, I mean, well, we have different species of rattlesnakes, but from what I understand, we don't have the diversity that India has, and this is a tough problem for them. We have other venomous snakes too, right? We have water moccasins. We also have copperheads and that kind of thing. Various rattlers, right? Timber rattlers, diamondback rattlers. So, but it's interesting, yeah, that we can go and treat these more, and I mean, and of course, this is much more prevalent in a place like India. I'm gonna get nightmares if I keep on looking at that thing. Here we go. I'll look at the proteins. There we go. There we go. I feel better already, right? We're looking at the proteins, looking at science, not the fangs. But anyways, as I always say, I hope you're doing well. If you're not doing well, if you're having issues with basic needs, if you're having issues with anxiety, depression, other mental health issues, or anything in general, things are going wrong, and you think you need a little help, let me know, and I can tap into my network and see what we can do to help you. Okay? So, aloha for now. Goodbye.